Hey everyone, this is a really short and very effective SI joint release. I was just sitting on a call. After yesterday, I received an incredible massage and felt freer than I have in a really long time in my hips and my low back. Have had a great morning so far, and then I had to sit for an hour on a call, and when I stood up I was limping because of the compression to my SI joint and my glute medius, which is always a little bit inflamed, which is right here. And I laid down on the ground, and this move instantly released it. So I just thought I would share if there's anybody else who needs a very quick SI joint release. So just go ahead and come onto your back, wherever you are. And if you have the time to just pause, and of course, take some deep diaphragmatic breathing, some deep belly breath. I mean, that alone, just starting to move your belly as you breathe in. Belly expands, and as you breathe out, belly softly contracts. That alone, just mobilizing the diaphragm, might encourage some release if you've been sitting and your SI joint is locked out. And then you could drop down, drop your feet. And bring your hands onto your belly. And then slide hands out to your pelvis, and as you inhale, flex through one foot, press through your heel, slide that leg away from the rib cage. As you exhale, relax. And this is the hip up slip and down slip. And I just did this a few times. First, when I realized that my hip was all locked up from sitting. You could do it for as long as you like, and if you initiate the movement from the pelvis, you can feel how right half of the pelvis and left half of the pelvis can move independently of each other. I'm also spreading my toes and pushing through the heel, maybe pointing, just mobilizing the plantar fascia. For me, this move just kind of unlocks everything around the sacrum to start. And then pause, drop everything, and just sense and feel the right and left side of your sacrum. And I'm already, after just that, reduce the pain and the glute med just from that. And then if you bend your knees, plant your feet about hip width apart, and rest your hands on your hip bones or your low belly. My teacher, T.S. Little, calls this one the strawberry bubble gum. So because you're going to imagine that you've stepped into some really something sticky and your feet are stuck to the floor. And maybe if it's not strawberry bubble gum for you, it's like super glue, because your feet are not going to lift. Take a deep belly breath, and then I like to do it on the exhale, but it doesn't really matter. You're just gonna pretend like you're trying really hard to lift one foot off the floor, but it's not gonna go anywhere. I may as well not even be on video here, because you're not seeing anything, probably. But I'm just like maybe 3 or 4 seconds, and then relax. And then other side. So now try to lift the foot off the floor, but it's not going anywhere. And the hands here just can sense and feel what all is involved in this. A pretty deep core engagement, psoas engagement. But I can feel the ilia. You just kind of go one side and the other, or you do a few on one side, a few on the other. I can feel how the ilia, or the pelvis bone, is gliding relative to the sacrum, sort of this anterior posterior tug, so front to back of the body, and we're just liberating that connective tissue. And it really feels good to me to hold like 5 seconds or so. You could move with your breath. You don't have to hold as long. Okay? And then just brief pause. Take your arms out to the goalpost and just add the lower back, spinal undulation 1. As you inhale, arch lumbar away from the floor, and exhale, rounding round. And just notice how this feels on the sacrum and lumbar spine. And I just did this a few times, and then pause, arms out to T, let the sacrum be really, really heavy, and I just shaked side to side. Shook. So you can just sort of feel how, with a heavy sacrum, you wiggle, 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 wiggle. You're just kind of loosening up that swath of connective tissue that really surrounds the sacrum, like a horseshoe. I mean, not a horseshoe, like a snowshoe. That's what it reminds me of. It looks like a snowshoe, like all the leather and the cords that allow a snowshoe to walk on the snow. Just kind of relieving that tissue. And then, of course, you rest a few moments or a lot of moments. And always listen. It sounds so cliche, but listen to the body. If you learn how to listen to your body, you'll find that it really moves in its own spontaneous way. So that's why I'm swishing my legs side to side. Maybe you want to try this, and if you don't, then I find there's some tension here on the same side that has the SI joint pain, so maybe I rock through that side a couple of times. So we're learning how to intuitively drop down onto the floor and move naturally to release that tension, which is so simple, and the best things usually are. So I always like to roll to one side before coming up, so we're not jackknifing up, but we are taking a minute to honor our bodies and thank our bodies. And then press all the way up and take a moment to pause. Wow, that is so different already. And as always, may you be happy and free and live lives of ease at home in your bodies. Namaste.